All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first episode of Trade Unafraid. In this video, we're gonna go over my chart settings and a few other things that I wanted to talk about. So let's get right into it. Okay, so first of all, I use the Oanda charts for every single pair that I trade. I use the Oanda chart because um, it allows me to use the no gap candles indicator. That is this indicator right here. The settings I have on this indicator are um, blue for everything on color 0, and then red for everything on color 1. That allows the bullish candles to be blue and the bearish candles to be red. Inputs, nothing. Style, just copy what I have here. And visibility for every single time frame, okay? Um, After you do this, you're going to want to turn off the regular candles. So you're going to have the regular candle settings right here. If I turn them on, they're going to overlap and they're going to leave gaps. So you turn these off and you have your no gaps indicator set and it's turned on. Next is going to be the EMA. The EMA that I use is the regular EMA, exponential moving average, and the settings are this. So you have the length 50, source close, and I don't know what any of this stuff does, but this is what I have it set to: length 14, standard deviation 2, wait for the time frames to close. That I just use regular gray, so second thickness and 100% opacity. Visibility on every time frame again, and that'll be everything for the indicators. Next is going to be the lines that I use. So the way I set up my chart is instead of using the higher highs, higher lows, I just use the uh, higher lows and lower highs so that if my lines get crossed, I know that the market has shifted in one of the other directions. So the settings for my regular lines are as follows. I use the darkest lines with the third thickness regular lines, no dotted lines, and opacity at 75. The So the way I have it set up is that my lines will disappear. So the weekly lines won't show up on the daily, the 4 hour, the minute, whatever, so that I don't get confused and I don't have too many lines on my chart. And that happens for every single time frame. Now moving forward, we have I guess we can go with the zigzag line, the whatever you want to call it, the path, right? Same thing, darkest lines, opacity 50, thickness 2, regular line style, and visibility is on every time frame. Following that will be the head and shoulders pattern. Pretty standard. You can use whichever color you want. It's not a big deal. Also the second thickness so that they're not too thin and they're easily visible for everyone. Visibility every time frame. For my ellipse, I just use blue. You can use whatever color you want, whatever style suits you best. And I don't want them to be too dark, so I changed it to 33 opacity for those. Now we have the short position. Short position is going to be red for the stop loss, and I use it 20% for the darkness or the opacity, whatever you want to call it. And for text, I don't really use text, but 75% for that, and black as well. I use the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th shade of gray, and I have the price labels turned on so you can see how much what your risk to reward is, and you can see when you entered and or where your stop loss is and where your take profit is. Same thing with the buy position, long position. The settings are identical except for the stop color, or except for it's going to be switched. The buy is going to be on top and the stop loss is going to be on the bottom. 20%, 20% price labels turned on. Every single visibility is turned on. Now, What you guys are probably most interested in is my settings for the um, areas of interest. My areas of interest are, so the weekly is going to be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th gray color, and it's set to 25% so that it is not too dark for me, and I am able to see the candles within the area of interest. I have it set to, so these are my templates I have, and I just have it bolded so that it's easily, you can read it easier, and it's visible on every time frame as well. Daily area of interest is very similar. The color is the darkest one with 25% opacity. I don't have a middle line turned on. None of this stuff really matters. Daily is also 10 font, black lettering, 50% opacity, and bolded. After that is the 4-hour area of interest. It's basically the same thing for every single one of these bolded letters. And my background is going to be purple right here, 25%, as follows. Last but not least is the lower time frame area of interest. I use the reddish pink color right here and set to 25%. Type in lower time frame area of interest. Save this template as lower time frame area of interest, and you can just click on it anytime you draw a zone and switch it to whatever area of interest you want it to be. 4-hour, daily, lower time frame, doesn't matter. There you go. Okay. And you should have your lower time frame area of interest right there. Awesome. Just make sure I went over everything. Bolded letters, 50%. Okay, next I wanted to talk about the Tradingview Confluence calculator, Confluence tool, whatever you want to call it. This is a great tool that I use to grade my trades and to journal them. So you have your initial watch list right here, all the pairs you want. These are the same as the TradingView. This is the same as the TradingView watch list. Now it is inside the tool, so you don't have to switch between tabs, which is awesome. This is your history tab where you can see whether you checked or unchecked certain confluences. So if you accidentally click on something, you can go back and see what you clicked on and change it. So this is pretty standard. You figure out which time frame is whether it's bullish or bearish, and it automatically calculates your percentage for you. Now, if you're at an area of interest, you just highlight this, and it actually doesn't let you pick any of these other confluences until you have an area of interest, which is super important because you don't want to be trading outside of an area of interest. So let's say on the weekly we're at the area of interest and we have a head and shoulders. We would click these two, and we're retesting the 50 EMA. That's would be a good trade setup. On the daily, same thing. We have that head and shoulders pattern. We're rejecting the previous structure, and we're retesting the EMA again. On the 4-hour, we would have a candlestick rejection. We're retesting previous structure, and we have a 30-minute engulfing and a 30-minute shifted structure and a 1-hour engulfing. So this trade would be a 105% trade setup. Great trade setup. You could write your notes. So we write, took this trade on Monday at 7 a.m. pre-New York. Okay, and then you want to hit journal. So if I took this trade, I'm ready to journal it. You hit journal, or you can even enter your stop loss, take profit, all that stuff, and you have that in there. So let's say 0.92, 0.1 or 91, and 0.93. Pretty standard stop loss, take profit, 1-to-1, and save this trade. Okay, then we go to a journal, and we have our position right here. It takes a picture of it, which is really nice. You know, you could have your stop loss, take profit set, and these are all your. I clicked it a couple times, so it journaled 3 trades for me. My computer was lagging. And then you can clear your journal, clear them all, or just clear one at a time. It doesn't really matter. And yeah, that's basically an overview of this tool that I have. If you're interested in it, let me know. I can direct you to the Discord or the website where you can gain access to it. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll keep you guys updated with more videos throughout the week. You guys have a good rest of your afternoon and be ready for the markets this week. There are some good opportunities out there. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and have a good